Wait, remember Krypto the Superdog? And no, I ain't talking about some way to spend and probably lose your life savings. I'm talking about a dog. One that is pretty super. Superdog, if you will. Krypto, with a K, the Superdog was a Warner Bros. DCAU show about Superman's best friend, the bestest boy ever, Krypto, the Superdog. Sorry, there's just something so fun in saying the full thing all the way out. And for some reason I also think of Jason Lee's Underdog when saying it.
Woof.
Who remembers this? In the show, however, Krypto's best friend isn't Superman, it's Kevin. Who is Kevin, you may ask? Well, he's a boy. That's it. He's just a regular boy who lives in a suburb with a little sister, a next-door neighbor, and a normal admiration for superheroes. Exciting. With 39 total episodes, each episode is split into two 11-minute segments. We follow the adventures of Krypto, Kevin, and his animal friends in fighting crime, saving animals and fighting to thwart the maniacal plans of the evil Mechanicat. Now, with a new Krypto movie dropping in theaters featuring Dwayne the Bark Johnson, what better time to revisit Krypto the Superdog than right here, right meow, wait, right roof? Yeah, whatever, play the intro.
All right. You can come along.
Supervising producer Alan Burnett said that in creating Krypto, Cartoon Network established that they wanted a comedy adventure show with a heavy emphasis on the comedy. We mostly wanted to give the kids a good time, Burnett says. Would have cost less to just get me some chicken nuggets, Pokemon cards, and whatever this is, than to create a whole show, but hey, to each their own. The story of Krypto's journey from Krypton to Earth is quite different in the series that is presented in the comics. First appearing in Adventure Comics issue 210, we see the younger events of Superman as Superboy as we introduce Krypto the Superdog into the whole mix of things. And in particular, this origin story for Krypto sees Jor-El, Superman's dad, who is trying to save Krypton. This takes place years before Krypton is actually destroyed, and Jor-El was testing different rockets to get off the planet. But before testing with actual Kryptonians, they decided to use animals. Specifically in this case, the family dog, Krypto. I could just smell PETA all over this. Now, aside from his journey through space, getting knocked off course, and somehow just roaming around till he crash lands on Earth, conveniently where Superboy is, this whole situation did cause some problems at home.
Jor-El, how could you be so cruel as to deliberately shoot our baby's pet up into space? Will he come back alive?
I'll check on my telescope view screen. Bad news, Laura. The rocket didn't return as I planned. Krypto will orbit in space forever.
Oh, you sent Krypto to his doom? I never want to see you again, Jor-El. I'm leaving you.
Did Laura mean it? Yeah, she took me along and we used a unique form of Krypton transportation.
Hold tight, Kal-El. This tube car will take... Hold tight, Kal-El. This tube car will take us across the city in seconds. We'll live with my mother.
But that storyline is not fun and colorful enough for this DC show. Rather than that, the first episode of the series details Krypto's trip to Earth from his perspective by saying that he was sent into a spaceship as a puppy in an experiment. Then suddenly a planetary evacuation protocol put him in a hibernation-like sleep and derailed his course towards Earth. The next time he woke up, he was approaching Earth as a fully grown dog. When Krypto arrives on Earth, he pretty quickly accepts that he won't ever see his old family again and goes off to look for a new boy to be his owner. He is unwelcome by the children that he meets until he runs into a lonely outcast boy named Kevin, who had just moved to Metropolis. They immediately hit it off, and without much resistance from Kevin's parents, he is allowed to keep Krypto. Without sparing much time either, he is immediately put to work by saving various people, but mainly animals, from danger all around Metropolis. With all of Clark Kent's superpowers, he is quickly recognized and labeled Superdog. And you guessed it, without his giant S on his collar and big billowing red cape, he is unrecognizable to anyone else. Oh wait, who's this random dog? With the blessing of Superman, Krypto lives with Kevin and often accompanies or joins him on various social commitments like birthday parties, babysitting, summer camps, and they often have to dodge his classmates, friends, and parents in keeping Krypto's secret identity.
Uh-oh. Red kryptonite.
Now it's Krypto the Superdog. Krypto the Superdog now continues.
Krypto is voiced by Sam Vincent. His voice as Krypto is often one of mature reason, which is surprising because he aged completely while he slept, so it doesn't quite make a lot of sense that he would be so wise. Maybe he's born with it. He is often teaching his friends lessons and sporting an immaculate sense of responsibility. He's an unwavering icon of self-assuredness and morals. His breed is not specified in the series, but in past live-action shows like Titans and Smallville, he has always been played by dogs that are Labrador Retrievers, or a mix of some kind of lab with Whippet or Terrier mix as well. Speaking of other appearances of Krypto, we're gonna have another one real soon, like real soon, like as in 3 days from this upload soon, in DC League of Super Pets. Wow, it's almost like this video was perfectly planned to come out right when this movie was. What a coincidence. We will see Krypto and his other crime-fighting animal friends as they save Superman in this upcoming animated film. Releasing in theaters on July 29th, 2022, it has quite an insane cast list, almost like it was a competition to get as many recognizable names on a project as well. And no, the name of the film is not Dwayne Johnson, despite some of the posters misleading you to that, but he does voice Krypto. Kevin Hart, Keanu Reeves, John Krasinski, and so many more people are in this film. The list just keeps going. Outside of the usual marketing for an animated film, they have been advertising the film as another comedy team-up between Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart. Dwayne is Krypto and Kevin is Ace, the Bat Hound. Coincidentally though, if you're looking for something a little different than the newest modern day version of Krypto, and you specifically want more of the cartoon Krypto on which we are discussing today, a few days after the release of DC League of Super Pets, the complete DVD set for Krypto the Superdog will be released on August 2nd, 2022. Of course I pre-ordered it. This is probably why they haven't added it to HBO Max quite yet, but maybe soon enough they might, because now feels like a great time to do so. Regardless, it's just nice to see that even in the today era of having a new animated Krypto, that the mid-2000s Krypto is not lost or forgotten about. Anyway, back to the characters of Krypto the Superdog. Kevin Whitney is played by Alberto Gysi. He also doesn't have too much of a distinct personality besides his understandable immaturity, which causes him to rush into situations without thinking things through. Kevin also possesses a universal translator that Krypto brought with him from Krypton, which, when equipped in his ear, allows him to understand Krypto and really any other animal in the world. I mean, I've always wanted this ability, but sure, give it to Kevin. Krypto is not short on animal friends either. He quickly befriends and almost immediately gives his morally ambiguous neighbor, Streaky the Cat, some of his superpowers by accident. He is voiced by Brian Drummond. He also meets and teams up with Ace the Bat Hound, voiced by Scott McNeil, and the dogs of the Dog Star Patrol group, including Brainy Barker, Mammoth Mutt, Bulldog, they didn't even try with that one, Paw Pooch, Tail Terrier, Tusky Husky, Hot Dog, Bull, and Drooly. What a group. On a more villainous side of this, he is fighting against animal evildoers, including Snooky Wookums and Delilah, who both work for the Dog Star Patrol's cyborg archenemy, Mechanicat. Ugh, this is so camp, and I love it. Premiering on the Boomerang programming block of Cartoon Network on March 25th, 2005, running for a total of 2 seasons with 39 episodes, it was a successful show. In fact, supervising producer Alan Burnett said, "It's one of the most successful shows I've ever done. I found a lot of charm in every half hour, and it's great writing for young kids." It is still fondly remembered by audiences that have now grown up, and although it didn't win any formal awards, it was nominated for an Ursa Major Award in 2005, which is the furry fandom's equivalent of the Hugo Awards. No, literally, that's what it says. Right there. It's fan nominated and fan selected. Despite positive audience feedback, Krypto the Superdog was not immune to the kryptonite-infused cleaver of the network chopping block, and wasn't renewed for a 3rd season. It doesn't look like we'd ever get that 3rd season for a few reasons, like, I don't know, it's been like 17 years, there's a new Krypto on the block, and I'm sure there's a 3rd reason out there, but reasons 1 and 2 alone are pretty convincing. But if DC sees that their League of Super Pets movie is something that young fans are interested in, it will not be the last we'll see of Krypto. We may even get a new variation of Krypto for a show outside of the movie, so the character is very much still alive and thriving in the DC universe. For now, you can watch this video, and who doesn't want to do that? Oh, wow, tough crowd.
Beats taking a bath anyway.
You're watching Kevin and his best 4-legged friend, Krypto the Superdog.
Now, coming your way, an all-new Krypto the Superdog here on Kids WE.
Overall, the show offers a very fun and lighthearted take on a vigilante fighting crime. Everything seems to take place in an Animal Kingdom urban environment, as the ones in need of help are often bugs and animals that Krypto can communicate with. His first act of vigilantism is saving a bunch of zoo animals from drowning in a sinking ship. Side characters frequently return and we get to know and love a lot of them, even the villains. The colorful style and lighthearted soundtrack give it that campy nostalgia that original 1950s Superman comics had. With the bright colors and significant lack of blood and gore and death, the stakes though never seem to be that dire. Even when Kevin is falling off a building and will surely die if Krypto is even a second too late, but we all know he's going to save them. And honestly, so do they, as they don't seem to be traumatized or concerned themselves. A good juxtaposition to this is when Ace the Bat Hound is introduced and his overall demeanor is much more somber and serious than Krypto's, reminding the audience of the lack of severity within the show. And for someone who's just finished season 3 of The Boys recently, it's a nice little break from the anxiety and dread that show causes me, even though I do love it dearly. However, the very lighthearted tone can get repetitive, and the lack of stakes suddenly make it less engaging. It's a good show to have on in the background or to watch in small doses because, again, it's a kid's show, so you're not going to be getting the in-depth trauma-induced character development and exploration. There's not a lot there to really amuse the intellectual side of my brain, as a lot of the cleverness of the show doesn't transcend the show itself, which is completely fine, by the way. It stays in its lane, acting as this semi-spoof of typical superhero content by making it more animal-centered. The light tone of the show aids the bright color palette, giving it this warm and inviting aura to attach to. It's cute, and it has action, and it has, I don't know, Kevin. Each episode is a nice little capsule within itself, and although there is a villain that carries over from episode to episode, by the time an episode ends, everything has been resolved, and justice has been served. Sadly though, the show came to an end on December 15th, 2006. Not much is said beyond the fact that it just didn't continue. But we all know that the character of Krypto, the whole intellectual property in general, isn't forgotten about and is still being used in various projects, and even, like I mentioned, literally in a full-length animated film coming out this week of this video posting. While this Krypto may be gone, there is always the new DVD set coming out to bring you right back. Oh, and the other non-cartoon add-ons to the show as well. Video game-wise, Cartoon Network released a few Flash player-based games on their website like Heroes Unleashed and X-Ray Fetch. And of course though, since it is a comic property, DC actually released a series of comic books based on the show's canon specifically, lasting for 6 issues. Just nice to see a bit of extra love on the side of the show itself. But what do you think about Krypto the Superdog? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I always love seeing what you guys have to say about these shows. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this, or I'll think less of you. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll be back with another video soon, but until then, later.